Now in this question, you are given 19.5 gram of fluoroacetic acid is dissolved in 500 gram of water. The depression in freezing point of the water observed is 1 degree Celsius, and now you are asked the want of factor and the dissociation constant of fluoroacetic acid. So for that, first of all, you are given the mass of solute 19.5 gram, mass of solvent 500 gram, molecular mass of solute we can calculate 9, then 14, then 12 and 1 13, and then 16. So overall it is 78. So the molar mass of fluoroacetic acid is 78 gram per mole. Now in this question Kf is not given to you. Actually it should be given, and for water value is constant 1.86 Kelvin kilogram per mole. We can calculate the molality of solution, that is W2 1000 divided by M2 into W1. So all the terms are known. W2 is 19.5 multiplied by 1000 divided by 78, and W1 is 500. So by calculation we are getting 0.5 molal. And now according to elevation in boiling point formula is Kf equals delta Tf by want of factor into molality. So if we make a subject to want of factor, then we are getting formula delta Tf upon Kf into molality. Now all the terms are known. Delta Tf is 1 degree Celsius. So here it is 1. Kf 1.86 and molality we have calculated 0.5. So by calculation we are getting the value of I is 1.0753. Now you are asked the dissociation constant, and the formula of dissociation constant is Ka equals C alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha, and we know that alpha is I minus 1 divided by n minus 1, where I is 1.0753 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. The reason for it is we know that fluoroacetic acid is ionized into 2 ions. First is fluoroacetate ion and another is H plus, and I is 1.0753 minus 1 and divided by 2 minus 1, that is 1. So alpha will be 0.0753. Here C is actually molarity, but here we will consider molality, and that is 0.5 multiplied by 0.0753 its square divided by 1 minus 0.0753. So by calculation finally we are getting 3.066 into 10 raised to minus 3. This is the final answer. Now in this question, vapor pressure of water, pure water, is given to you. So this will be P10 and it is 17.535 mmHg, and you are asked the vapor pressure of solution, that means P1 is asked. Now W2 and M2, both of the terms are given to you. W2 is 25 gram, M2 is 180 gram per mole, that is the molar mass of glucose. So by using it we can calculate the number of moles of solute, and that will be 25 by 180, and it will be 0.14. And W1 mass of solvent is also given, 450 grams, and mass of solvent will be, molecular mass of solvent will be 18 gram per mole. So the number of moles of solvent will be 450 by 18, and by division we are getting 25. So finally the formula is P10 minus P1 upon P10 equals N2 upon N1 plus N2. So by substituting the value of N2 and N1, 0.14 will be here, 25 will be here, 0.14 will be here. So overall we are getting 0.14 divided by 25.14, and the answer is 0.0056. Now here P10 can be cut, means this P10 LCM is differentiated. So P10 upon P10 1 minus P1 upon P10, and this is 0.0056. So 0.0056 is shifted to left hand side, and this term is shifted to right hand side. So 1 minus 0.0056 equals P1 upon P10 is formed. Now this now by subtraction we are getting 0.9944, and it is multiplied by P10, and P10 is given to into the question, that is 17.535 mm. So finally we are getting the answer P1, that is 17.37 mm Hg. This is the final answer. Now we are taking question number 35. Henry's law constant for the molality of methane in benzene is given to you. KH is given to you, 4.27 multiplied by 10 raised to 5 mm Hg. And you are asked the solubility of methane in benzene at 298 Kelvin under the pressure 760 mm. So pressure is 760 mm. Now formula is P equals KH into X. X is a mole fraction of solute, and mole fraction of solute will be P upon KH, and both of the terms are given to you, 760 and here 4.27 multiplied by 10 raised to 5, and we are getting 178 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 5, that means 1.78 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this is the mole fraction of gas. In this question no any term is mentioned. Here only solubility is given. So if you are asked the molality, then based on mole fraction of solute we can calculate the molality, but at that time mass of solvent must be given to you. Okay, next. Now in this question, 100 gram of liquid A having molecular mass 140 was dissolved in 1000 gram of liquid B having molecular mass 180, and the vapor pressure of pure liquid B was found to be 500 bar. Torr. Here 1 torr equals 1 mm. Remember this. Calculate the vapor pressure of pure liquid A and its vapor pressure in solution if the total vapor pressure of solution is given to you 475 torr. Means P total is given to you 475 torr. P0B vapor pressure of pure liquid B is given to you. Okay, so So number of moles of liquid A can be calculated. Its mass upon molecular mass 140 and it is 0.714. Similarly, NB can be calculated having mass 1000 and it is divided by 180, and by division we are getting that is 100 by 18, so it is 5.5555. So the total moles will be Na plus Nb, and it's addition of 0.714 plus 5.555, and we are getting 6.269. So that the mole fraction of A, it will be Na upon Na plus Nb. Na is 0.714 divided by sum 6.269, and by division we are getting 0.114. Xb equals 1 minus Xa, that is 1 minus 0.114, so it will be 886. So now mole fractions are calculated. Now the formula can be applied, that is P total equals P0A Xa plus P0B Xb. Now all the terms are known for us except P0A. P total is given into the question 475. P0 is we want to calculate. Xa we have just calculated 0.114 plus P0B, it is 500 multiplied by 0.886. So 475 minus the multiplication of 500 and 0.886, it is 443 equals P0A multiplied by 0.114. So finally we are getting P0A equals 475 minus 443 divided by 0.114, and by subtraction and then division we are getting 280.7 torr. Now vapor pressure in solution is also asked, means you are asked PA, that is P0A Xa. Now P0A just we have calculated 280.7 multiplied by Xa 0.114, and by multiplication we are getting 32 torr. In this question vapor pressures of pure acetone chloroform are given to you, and then we have to plot a graph of P total, P chloroform and P acetone as a function of X of acetone, X for mole fraction of acetone, and the experimental data observed for the different compositions of mixture is given to you. Here mole fraction is multiplied by 100 and then these values are obtained. So if we want to calculate the mole fraction of solute, then all the values will be divided by 100. So this will be 0.118, this will be 0.23, this will be 0.36, this will be 0.508, this will be 0.582, 0.642 and 0.721. And the vapor pressure of acetone and vapor pressure of chloroform both are given to you. Okay, so at this mole fraction value of the acetone, these vapor pressures are obtained, and here I am representing directly a graph. Here vapor pressure mm is taken. Here the mole fraction of acetone is highest, here will be the highest, so this will be the mole fraction, this will be P0 of acetone. If you are extrapolating this value, then at one point at mole fraction of acetone is 1, then this will be P0 of acetone, and here P0 of chloroform, and this graph is obtained. Here actually straight line must be obtained for the ideal solution, but here all the values are downward. That's why here negative deviation is present. That means the mixture of chloroform and acetone will show the negative deviation for Raoult's law. Now in this question, you are given that benzene and toluene form an ideal solution over the entire range of composition. The vapor pressure of pure benzene and toluene are given to you, 50.71 mmHg and 32.06 mmHg. And you are asked the mole fraction of benzene in vapor phase if 80 gram of benzene and 100 gram of toluene are mixed together. See, here both of the liquids are given to you. So the formula applied will be P total equals P0BXB and P0TX plus P0TXT. So for that, P0B and P0T both are given to you. P0BB is 40.71 mmHg. P0T is 32.06 mmHg. Similarly, mass of benzene and mass of toluene are given to you. So number of moles of benzene होगा 80 divided by 78 and number of moles of toluene होगा 100 by 92. 92 is the molar mass of toluene. Here it will be 1.026 and here 1.087. So that N total will be NB plus NT, number of moles of benzene and number of moles of toluene. So the sum is 2.113. So that the mole fraction of benzene and toluene both can be calculated. NB upon N total. NB is 1.026 and this sum is 2.113. So division will be 0.486 and the XT will be 1 minus XB. And it is 0.486, so 0.5, 1 and 4. Now we can calculate P total. It has a formula P0BXB plus P0TXT. Now P0B is 50.71 multiplied by 0.486, its mole fraction. Then here P0T is 0.514 multiplied by 32.06. Here P0T is 32.06 and XT is 0.514. So here it is 24.65 plus 16.48 and total sum is 41.13 mmHg. Now, according to Dalton's law, Here P0BXB, that is PB, is dependent upon the mole fraction of benzene in vapor phase, so that here YB equals P0BXB divided by P total, and P0BXB is 24.65 divided by P total is 41.13, and by division we are getting 0.6 mole. Next, the air is a mixture of number of gases. The major components are oxygen and nitrogen, having proportion 20% and 79% by volume at 298 Kelvin, and water is in equilibrium with air at pressure of 10 atmosphere. So at 298 Kelvin, if the Henry's constant for O2 and nitrogen, for O2 it is 3.3 into 10 raised to 7 mm, and for nitrogen it is 6.55 multiplied by 10 raised to 7 mm. So the calculate the composition of these gases in air, in water. So for that, total pressure is given to you. Equilibrium with water, that is a 10 atmosphere. And KH for O2 is 3.3 multiplied by 10 raised to 7 mm, and KH for N2 is also given to you, 6.51 multiplied by 10 raised to 7 mm. Now air contains 20% O2 and 79% N2, and remaining 1% contains CO2 and the other gases. So the partial pressure of O2 will be 20 divided by 100, that is 20% of 10, that is the total pressure. So it will be 2 atmosphere, and if we convert it into the mm, then 2 into 760, because 1 atmosphere, that is 760 mm. So by multiplying we are getting the partial pressure of O2 in mm is 1520. Similarly, pressure of N2 will be 79 by 100, that is 79% of 10, and now it is 7.9 atmosphere. And here also we have it converted into mm. So simply multiply with 760, answer is 6004 mm. So according to Henry's law, P equals KH into X mole fraction. So the solubility of oxygen, it will be partial pressure of O2 upon KH of O2. And now both are known for us. It is 2 into 760 divided by 3.3 into 10 raised to 7, and we are getting 4.606 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 5. Similarly, mole fraction of N2, it will be pressure of N2 divided by KH for N2, and here also both are known. 7.9 multiplied by 760 divided by 6.51 multiplied with 10 raised to 7, and answer is 9.22 into 10 raised to minus 5. So both the answer are calculated. Now determine the amount of CaCl2. I is 2.47 dissolved in 2.5 liter of water such that the osmotic pressure would be 0.75 atmosphere. So simply we are applying formula pi equals W2RT by M2V. So I can be added because I is given to you. I is 2.47, W2 we want to convert. Value of R is 0.082 liter atmosphere per mole per Kelvin. T temperature 27 degrees Celsius, that is 300 Kelvin, divided by M2 molar mass of Cl2, it is 111, and multiplied by volume, that is 2.5 liter, and pi is also given to you 0.75. So if we make a subject to W2, then finally we can calculate, and the answer is 3.32 gram. This is the answer. Determine the osmotic pressure of a solution prepared by dissolving 25 milligram of K2SO4 in 2 liter of water. Assuming that it is completely dissociated, means I will be 3. So here also formula is pi equals I into W2RT by M2V. Here I will be 3 because K2SO4 generates 3 ions. W2 mass of solute 25 milligram is given, multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. R 0.082. T temperature 25 degrees Celsius means 298 Kelvin, divided by molar mass of solute. For K2SO4 molar mass is 174 and volume is 2 liter. So final answer is 5.27 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3 atmosphere. And now students, with this numerical we have completed the sums of chapter 2. Okay, in next lecture we will do the in-text questions. Okay, then goodbye for